So this video is not going to be your typical pros and cons video that you may see on YouTube. I'm going to do something different here, and here's why. Because depending on where you're watching from and where you're coming from, my pros can be your cons and vice versa. So instead, I'm just going to share my perspective from somebody who's lived here for about 10 years on the good, the bad, and the ugly about Newnan, Georgia, and then you can be the judge if living here makes sense for you or not. So let's start, shall we? Okay, so we're starting with the good stuff. There are many things I like about living in Newnan, and I don't have enough time to mention all of them here, but here are my main ones. Number one on my good list is location. Newnan, Georgia is located about 40 miles from downtown Atlanta and about 30 miles from Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson Airport. What's more, Newnan has direct access to Interstate 85 via now 3 different exits, which makes it really convenient and fast to get to all parts of the city using the interstate for a fast trip. Interstate 85 kind of runs through the heart of Newnan, splitting it into the east and west side, so to speak. This infrastructure has attracted many people who are looking to move to Atlanta but would like to own a more affordable home in the suburbs and enjoy a slower pace of life. But they still want to have convenient access to work, shopping, entertainment, and recreation. It also has attracted many businesses to Coweta County, where Newnan is located, due to the easy access to the interstate and the railroads. More businesses coming here means more jobs. More jobs brings more people to the area, and more people means great conditions for a healthy housing market appreciation in the future, which makes Newnan a great place to buy a home or even invest in real estate. Now, if you're gonna work in the north side of Atlanta or even downtown, and you're having to commute to work daily, Newnan may not be the best option for you because, let me tell you, you are not going to enjoy the daily commute at all. So that's something to think about. Number 2 on my good list is affordability. Now, affordability is very subjective, and it really depends on where you're coming from. But if you're looking to live in Georgia and you want to be close to Atlanta, you will quickly find out that on the north side, it will cost you a lot more money to buy a house, and you will get a lot less for your money in terms of compromising on location, square footage, acreage, floor plans, amenities, and proximity to shopping and entertainment. How much more? Well, the average 3 to 4 bedroom home, about 2,000 square feet, will be over $500,000 in Alpharetta, for example, compared to $377,000 in Newnan. So you be the judge. Newnan is also very close to Sharpsburg, Senoia, Peachtree City, and Tyrone. So the median price for a home in Sharpsburg is about $368,000 right now. Senoia about $515,000. Peachtree City, you can get a home for about $517,000, and in Tyrone, you're looking to spend about $580,000. So you can see how living in Newnan can help stretch your dollars a bit further. Number 3 on my good list is self-sustainability. So although you are about 40 miles south of Atlanta, and you may hear that Newnan is a small town with a small town feel and a unique sense of community around here, which is very, very true, you may also think that because of this, there isn't much to do around here. Well, I'm here to tell you that Newnan has all the shopping, dining, and entertainment options for you to raise your family in a friendly and safe environment, or for you to comfortably retire and have something to be entertained with every single day. Downtown Square in Newnan has been in the past and still is a very vibrant and alive commercial district of the city with very rich history everywhere you go. It is a great example of history and present living in unison. Here you will find the historic courthouse, which is the square's focal point, and currently is housing the probate court today. But surprisingly, A part of the space at the courthouse can be actually rented for your special events if you so desire. Around the square, you will find many shops, boutique stores, restaurants, coffee and dessert shops, and businesses utilizing the 19th century buildings today in a very unique way. It is a walkable area with vehicle traffic allowed as well, and plenty of still free parking. Downtown is always alive, whether it's market day, Christmas parade, Halloween costume party, or Easter egg hunt. There's always something happening for the major holidays throughout the year. If you want to learn more about what is coming up in downtown in the next couple of weeks, or just to keep up with it, you may want to follow Main Street Newnan, and I will put a link to their website in the description box below for you to check it out. So Newnan also has a total of 6 historic districts, all on the National Register. They all showcase some of Georgia's most beautiful homes and commercial buildings, featuring the antebellum and Victorian styles, which dominated Newnan's early and mid-19th century development. And if you tour these areas, you're going to see how unique those homes are, and you're gonna literally have a little trip back in time. Ashley Park is Newnan's signature outdoor mall, where you will find your name brand stores you've grown to love so much. There's also a plethora of restaurants, eateries, coffee and ice cream shops. You can catch a movie at the Regal Cinema and spend some quality time with your whole family or with your date. And while you're there, you may also catch a cool event happening as well, since there's always something going on at Ashley Park. If you want to learn more about Ashley Park, I made a whole another video about it, and I will put a link in the description box for you to check it out. Newnan also has many parks. The most notable, Greenville Park in historic downtown near Greenville and LaGrange Street. It features a 25-column colonnaded entrance, a terraced lawn area, and a stage that serves as a small amphitheater. It was designed for people to enjoy their lunch, have a nice walk in the park in the afternoon, and is actually hosting many evening musical concerts and festive events. C.J. Smith Park is the newest and largest skate park pump track combination in Georgia, and it opened in late summer of 2021. It's located off of Farmer Street, just east of downtown Newnan. And I made a whole video on C.J. Smith Park, and I will put a link in the description box for you to check it out if you're interested. Sprayberry Dog Park, located off Sprayberry and Casey Road, where you can unleash your Fido no matter if you have a small pup or a large monster at the house. They have 2 separate doggy pens for all sizes. And again, I made a whole another video on this doggy park. If you want to explore it further, check out the description box below. Chattahoochee Bend State Park is off of Bob White Way in Newnan, and it's Georgia's second newest park and also one of the largest. It is nearly 3,000 acres of hiking trails, boat and kayaking ramps, camping sites, cabins, and playgrounds for those of you who love the outdoors. The Link Trail. The trailhead is located at the Newnan Center at 1515 Lower Fayetteville Road in Newnan, and it is the new and exciting multi-purpose trail built on public right-of-way and green spaces, creating a 26-mile network of paved paths for recreating and socializing in Newnan. The trail system is enjoyed by walkers, runners, skaters, bicyclists, and people using non-motorized vehicles, and is connecting the city in a very unique way. It is positively impacting the property values for the neighborhoods that it winds around, community health, and economic development in and around the Newnan community. If you would like to find out more about the Link, I'm going to put a link to their website in the description box below for you to check it out. So one thing that Newnan does not have is a true nightlife. So if you're looking for bars and clubs, you will not find many here. As a matter of fact, the Alamo is the only venue in town so far where you can listen to a live band performing, and it's open until midnight. So if you're a young individual and you're looking for a robust nightlife, Newnan may not be the place for you. Number 4 on my good list is great healthcare. So Piedmont Hospital is highly rated as one of the top 5% in the nation when it comes to consistently delivering clinical quality care for its patients. And we also have the Cancer Treatment Centers of America here. So we have many jobs available in the healthcare industry, and the residents are overall very happy with the medical care. As a result, Newnan has become an attractive place to retire. Now let's talk about the bad stuff. Number 1 on my bad list is traffic. Remember how we spoke earlier about the businesses coming here, bringing in people in the area? Well, that growth has its pains. The more people start moving in, the more congested it gets. And if you're in Boozeboro at 4 p.m., you may feel like you're in Atlanta. So it does get pretty congested in some areas of Newnan. But again, traffic is very subjective. If you're moving from New York or California, for example, you will look at traffic here and you're just gonna laugh. But if you've been living here for a while, you will be really frustrated with how much the area has grown and gotten overpopulated. The current population of Newnan, for comparison, is at 51,108 residents based on projections from the latest census estimates. And Newnan is the 16th largest city in Georgia. Currently, Newnan is growing at about 1.9% annually, and its population has increased by over 20% since the most recent census. So this can be a pro or a con for you. You be the judge. Number 2 on my bad list is the school system. So if you're thinking about moving to Newnan and you have kids, you obviously want to make sure that they're going to good schools, right? Well, if you do a research and start comparing school systems in the state of Georgia, you may find out that the Beaufort City schools in Beaufort, Georgia are the ones ranking as the best schools in Georgia. But again, a good school is very subjective, and it really depends on what you as a parent consider a good school. You can't really go off of the online stats on something like that. Not alone, at least. You need to do some legwork, and you need to really research those schools and get some parents' perspective on what they like or dislike about the school system. And that can easily happen on social media, or reaching out directly to the schools, or reaching out to parents who have their kids in those schools. If you need some help in this department, drop me a comment down below and I will be happy to point you in the right direction. So Coweta County schools are ranking 25th out of 179 for the best school districts for athletes in Georgia. 28 out of 180 for the most diverse school districts in Georgia, and 31 out of 179 for the best school districts in Georgia overall. So again, you be the judge if this will be a pro or a con for you. Now let's talk about the ugly stuff, shall we? So, like in any city, there are going to be more and less desirable neighborhoods and parts of town. So Newnan is no exception here. But over the years of talking to people who are looking to move in Newnan, here are the main concerns that I have encountered. Number 1 on the ugly list, lack of diversity in Newnan. So I have people looking to move to Newnan asking me this question a lot, even today. And they're afraid that they will not be accepted here because what they see online is that 56% of the population is white, 34% of the population is black or African American, and 4% some other race, and 3% Asian, and so on and so forth. But here's the thing. Newnan was ranked number 1 on niche.com for the most diverse places to live in Coweta County. So if you're looking to move to Newnan and you're concerned about diversity, just keep in mind that the locals will welcome you here, so long as you're not coming over here to try and change their way of life, because after all, you're the one moving in, right? So be respectful of that and you will fit right in. Number 2 on my ugly list, tornadoes. So no one likes to live in an area where natural disasters happen often. I get that. How about all those people moving to Florida despite the active hurricane season every year? Yeah, it's true that Newnan got directly hit by an EF4 tornado in March of 2021, and it was devastating for our community here. But the fact of the matter is that since 1950, there have been a total of 10 EF4 or F4 tornadoes to touch down in the whole Peach State. So you do the math. What are your chances of experiencing a tornado here? Again, it may be a pro or a con for you when you consider that any area has its potential for natural disasters, whether it be flooding, wildfires, hurricanes, tornadoes, or earthquakes, and the like. Number 3 on my ugly list. Newnan is not a safe place to live in. I get that question a lot from prospective buyers. Is it safe to live in Newnan or not? And I don't blame them. They're doing their research online and they're looking at crime statistics, comparing it to the national averages, and of course they're getting concerned by the numbers. I can't really form an opinion for you, but I can tell you this. I've been a resident in Newnan for over 10 years now, and I have not been robbed, kidnapped, my house was never broken into, my car was never stolen, and obviously I wasn't killed, as I'm still sitting in front of you right now. So, in my opinion, Newnan is a pretty safe place to be in, and the people here are really friendly and kind-hearted. But don't take my word for it. Look at this poll from niche.com where they ask the residents for their opinion on how safe Newnan actually is. So 48% of responders thought that Newnan is pretty safe. There is some crime, but it doesn't really affect them much. 39% thought Newnan is very safe. There's really no crime to speak of. 9% thought Newnan is somewhat safe. There is a noticeable crime, and there are times that they don't really feel safe in the city. 4% thought Newnan is not safe at all. There's a lot of crime and they regularly don't feel safe. So again, don't just rely on online statistics. The best way to find out if you will feel safe in Newnan is to make a weekend trip and spend some time, walk in the streets, driving around town in different times of the day, so you can get a better feel of how safe you may or may not feel in this city. And while you're at it, engage with the people around you and ask them all those questions that are bugging your mind. Don't be shy. We're known for our southern hospitality, and most of the people who live here will help you in any way they can. I hope you enjoyed this video and it was beneficial in your decision to move or not to move to Newnan, Georgia. If you have any other questions about this charming southern city, don't hesitate to drop them in the comments or reach out to me personally. I'm always happy to help in any way I can. And if you're considering moving to Newnan and you're looking for somebody who will be brutally honest and help you make informed decisions about buying a home here, don't hesitate to schedule your free consultation with me today. I will put a link to my calendar in the description box below. If now is not the right time to talk and you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and consider subscribing to my channel for more. And remember, you can always change your mind later. See you next time.